Oh, you guys think these are just like paper prices, right? They're really not. These are electronic, and I'm going to show you that at 5 a.m. every day, which is going to hit pretty soon, any second, they're going to all flicker and they're going to all change. So these prices are not guaranteed the next day. And here we go. You see the flashing starting? I wanted to show you guys how this happens. It's like magic. Computer world is taking over. Look at all these flashing. I'm going to show you once they turn back. Look at that. Look at that, guys. A lot of people think these are just paper ones and they're like this for a long time, but they're not. All of these prices have just changed in front of your eyes. You saw that. You literally just saw it happen.
I just got back from Walmart. I feel robbed, okay? I think I just have too much pride to go to the register and put stuff back. My fault. My bad. But like, I just spent $52 and let me tell you what I got. Necessities, mind you. Tampons. Toothpaste. Floss. Mouthwash. And deodorant. $52. Are you cool? I just got back from Walmart.
Remember when I told you that prices could be changed digitally, and a lot of people didn't believe me, but we are facing a situation now where you could possibly take something off the rack, walk to the cash register, and it'd be more expensive. Or you deciding on that wool coat, and then by tomorrow morning it's $5 more. Well, that's where we're getting at right now. And when I told you about the app and it was tracking you around the store, well, we're about to see it in action. Check these videos out.
The price of your groceries may soon change right in front of your eyes. A glimpse of what shoppers could soon see is already on display in Europe, where the Wall Street Journal found prices at some grocery stores can change up to 100 times per day. The technology behind it? Digital shelf labels, small electronic screens that can instantly display new prices at the push of a button, and they're being used more and more across the U.S. Walmart has installed digital tags in more than 400 locations, with plans to reach 2,300 stores by next year. Kroger and Whole Foods are expanding pilot programs as well.
People are already destroying the prices change throughout the day. Plus 10%. Plus 10%. People.
You know, this used to be almost impossible for them to do, but now with electronic updating, here it comes. It's going to revolutionize the way we purchase things. And I think we're cooked. We're cooked. They're going to be able to raise prices on the go. Just on the go. You ever pass by the gas station and all of a sudden you see the gas price change? Just like that. And it's going to speed up to the point where soon there'll be none of these in stores. It'll all be done with your app, and it'll change instantaneously. The moment the farmer says that they can't do that price, it's going to echo on your shelf. It's going to be instantaneous. I mean, look right here. Dynamic pricing needs to be legal. This is insane. I don't think they can stop it, because who funds these politicians? Walmart, all these little, all the chip companies, all the food companies. Why do you think they're the ones on all the EBT programs, all the SNAP, all the food stamps? They're the ones that can control the government. Kraft, Heinz, all these companies. It says, how can it be $4 when I put it in the cart and I got to check out? It's $5 because they make the rules. And you haven't actually done anything contractual until you exchange money. My opinion. If you're a lawyer, comment down below. Let's know more.
So I went to go grab one. $9.22 for a normal size one. So I was wondering, I wonder what it was like a year ago. And I went back to just October of 2024, and this was how much I paid. You can check your receipts on the Kroger app, so you can know how much the prices are going up. But then I got to thinking, what if everything's like this? I said, okay, well, fuck it. Let's look at my dog's favorite treats. Abound. These are good. They fit into Kong balls and don't require cleaning. $5.49. Look what I paid for them just 1 year ago. Laura's ground beef. I love a healthy alternative to fatty beef. Look at his price. $10.99. Look at the price I paid for this just a year ago. The price of beef is wow. I'd be a dirty son of a bitch if I didn't bring up coffee. Look, this is what I get when I'm not trying to spend a bunch of money.
I think I'm gonna do an entire video about pets and how much inflation has happened on pets, not to mention their health care. Go to the vet. They will break you.
The Kroger brand. I like the fancy shit, but $5.99. Let's look what I paid 1 year ago. We got dates. Dates is my favorite treat. You put some peanut butter on there and some chocolate chips. It's like a Snickers bar. My sister taught me that trick. Let's look at dates. $7.99. $7.99. Holy shit. Look at what I paid for these 1 year ago. We'll be paying $100,000 for a loaf of bread before this son of a bitch gets done ruining America.
He's not lying. I tell you, I paid $1 for a jalapeno the other day. I mean, you're looking at $1 and some change for a tomato. It is insane, and this happened so slowly but so fast that nobody knew they were cooked until they're cooked. And it's Congress, okay? Everybody wants to point at the president, and I'm not saying good, bad, ugly. I'm just trying to make conversation here. Congress is the one that puts all this stuff in action. They're the ones that deal with a lot of these things. Yet, tariffs did have some effect. We're going to argue about that too. I've made many videos on it. But we have to call both sides of the aisle what they are. Because when we don't point fingers at the other side, they're the ones doing it sometimes. And they're always working together with the other side. That's what the whip's for, okay? If you look at how Congress works, they're always trying to put some fat in the bill somewhere. These politicians are using us to get mad at each other and forget to look at them. Okay? Like, we have to hold both sides accountable. But it's usually Congress.
I usually don't do a TikTok in a grocery store, but it's after church and everybody's shopping. So I said, well, I'll make some, ground meat and pasta later today. Do you see that? $27.76 for 3 pounds of ground meat. Oh my God. Looks like we're going to have to start eating a lot more carbs.
And that's across the board with everything in that aisle. She's just focusing on that one thing, that just ground beef. It is, and it's not gonna end, because we've got tariffs on a lot of farm products, and then that echoes to feed the cows. And then you've got the transportation costs, then you got your bureaucratic insurance, FDA, all that stuff. You got the packaging, you got the travel. It echoes down the line, because what hurts the beef farmer hurts the trucker. What hurts the trucker hurts the insurance company, all down the line.
I genuinely want to know how some people go to Walmart or any store, honestly, and spend less than $100, because every single time I walk in this store, I'm easily spending $100.
It's gonna be a joke, right?
$17.33. That's how much I paid today for this coffee. Good incomes and everything, and we don't have money. We're living paycheck to paycheck, basically. On June the 2nd, 2023, the same exact coffee was $9.92. It's almost doubled in 2 years.
What that means? Looks like my local Walmart has been hit with the digital price tags. You know what that means? That surge pricing that Kroger was trying to introduce a couple years ago, but they backed off of because of the backlash. Like, Walmart gonna press forward.
I mean, it's true. Step outside, spend $100. You can't go anywhere without spending money. If you just go and park someplace, you got to spend money to be there. Other than a public park, like, there's nowhere you can just be, okay, without spending money. You stay in your house, you run your AC more, you got more power, you got to eat here. It's more expensive to do everything. And I wonder, like, what is the end result here? Because are people going to start stealing? I just made the food stamp video. I've made a couple of them. That if politicians don't figure this out, we are going to see stealing. They're already saying they're going to do it. And we're at the beck and call of the mob. And the politicians on both sides have pitted us against each other. And the only ones we're hurting amongst doing that is each other. Because the man still doesn't care.
All right. Here's my plea for help.
I'm coming back from the Dollar Tree after buying some cat food for my ferrets and some pee pads so I can clean their cage. And I officially have zero money to my name. My bank account is negative $146.99. I have been Grubhubbing and Amazon flexing for the last 2 weeks. And that's barely gonna get me like righted in my account and ready for my next bill to come out. I still need to pay a $1,000 bill at this point because I'm a month behind. So now it's 2 payments of $500. I've been trying at this since July to get my website up and going and get some people on that, or to just be entertaining and stuff. I know I'm boring as shit. I know my TikToks are not anything that anyone wants to watch, but I need some help. So help me out. Like, share, comment, check out my GoFundMe, check out my web.
You know, I feel for it. But if you got cats, dogs, animals, dog food, maybe we don't spend our money on that stuff. I love my cats and dogs too. But if I don't have money to feed them, I have to give them away. I have to do something with them because my grandpa always said, I ain't got money to feed it, so I can't have it. You know, I got to feed my kids first. I got to do my bills. But she is making a video on a cell phone company. She is making a video on a cell phone that costs about $200 a month. I know my cell phone bill is about $200 a month, and I have a smartphone. She looks like she's got a smartphone. You know, I had a flip phone for many years, probably until I was 26, 27 years old. $20 a month, flip phone. You know, got to think about priorities. Priorities.
Doesn't buy it. The next 2 to 3 years is going to be really bad in America, and it's common sense. I don't care if you're left or right about this. I've seen a lot of farmers complaining that they're no longer exporting any food, and they've lost almost 2/3 of their income, right? So imagine that. 90% of beef isn't being exported right now. No soy's really being exported. No corn's being exported right now. And 2/3 of the farmers' income is reliant on these exports, and it's gone right now because of our trade policy with all these countries. So what does that mean? If you were to lose 2/3 of your income right now, would you be able to survive a year? I know almost every single person watching this, you get an injury and you're out of work for 3 months, you might be on the street or severely in debt. Now, multitude that by a year. I don't know if it's going to get any better over the next 2 years. How many farmers are about to sell their companies to these mega billionaire corporations?
That's going to happen, okay? And I thought there is always a whipsaw in a lot of this, but the giant corporations will buy up a lot of America's farmland, and they've been doing it for years. And a lot of it has to do with water rights too, selling the water. I mean, we all know how everybody drinks out of water bottles now, and they displace water all over the United States doing that.
So what if food production scales down? What's going to happen to our prices of food? It's going to go up because supply's still there. Did you guys know this is like the first year population hasn't grown? Which means food isn't being consumed more. So now we have all this excess food that they can't sell. The next few years are about to be very bad in this country, and it's common sense to look at that and say, uh-oh, we don't have supply anymore. What happens to demand? It's still up. I just researched it. Yeah, this is the first year the U.S. population's shrinking.
We've been tracking it's been shrinking for a very long time. And birth rate is not replacing everybody that's... The birth rate has been a problem for many years. It's really bad in Europe right now.
Not good. Farmers aren't prepared for trade diplomacy to completely crash. We're not in a good time right now. And please, just take out the whole left versus right part of this. It ain't good. It's common sense. It really is common sense that food is about to be scarce in our country over the next few years. Farmers are going to be selling their farms because they can't afford it. 2/3 of their income gone. Look up farming TikTok. There are a lot of people complaining right now about what's going on. They can't sell their stuff to these countries, and the U.S. doesn't buy it.
The whiplash of farming takes a very seasonal approach, whereas cattle farming can be over multiple years. But you mess with a farmer's income on just a year. Most of the time they're living year to year. They're leveraging out their farm just to buy seed. And if they don't have anything to do with the seed, then they run into a very bad situation. But this is all I got, everybody. Don't forget to comment down below and know your thoughts. This is a very interesting scenario. We've known the birth rate has been slowing for many years. Now it's just too expensive to have kids. And people are saying, you know what, I'm not going to do it. And I feel very sorry for that situation. But I'll see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. On to the next one.